So we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of when I left my job as a lawyer working in private practice in a couple months. And obviously, a lot of things have happened and changed since then. I thought it was about time to talk about some of that with you guys, while also showing you what an updated day in my life looks like now, almost 2 years out. As you'll have seen, there's still a bunch of things about my mornings which look about the same, although one major change to my morning routine has been the fact that I don't work out in the morning so much anymore due to a change in my workout routine. And as you'll have seen from the title of this video, I may or may not have dipped my toes back into the legal industry, but more on that later. I am still in my pajamas clearly, so I'm gonna get changed and get to work. Now for what you might have clicked on this video for, returning to the legal industry. As I mentioned, I'm coming up on the 2-year anniversary of when I quit my job as a lawyer working in private practice. And since then, things have definitely been kind of a roller coaster, except I feel like you ride this roller coaster blindfolded. In the interim, a lot of things have definitely happened. Among other things, we monetized this channel last spring, Lloyd also resigned. Then we went back to the US for a few months because I hadn't seen my family and friends in over 3 years. And then after that, for a while actually, Lloyd and I thought we might actually be moving. Anyways, fast forward to this past spring, and I definitely felt a bit stuck as to how I should move forward. I mean, it's not that I didn't know what my options were generally, like if I need a supplementary source of income, then pick up work. Or if Lloyd and I weren't liking making the purely legal career content anymore, then, change the kind of content we make. But then, that's so open-ended. Basically, the more I analyzed everything, the more unclear the answer was, and the harder it was to make any kind of decision. But as a close friend of mine pointed out to me recently, being in this kind of prolonged indecisive limbo isn't really me. So at the beginning of this summer, I happened to go out of town for a few days to go visit a friend living overseas. And I think it was getting that mental and physical space away from my usual routine in Hong Kong that somehow kind of flipped a switch in my brain and cut out the noise. So after I got back to Hong Kong, it became really clear that I needed to take action, and I needed to take action now. Now, I'm not saying the solution to not knowing what to do with your life or your problems is to go traveling, although it could be, I guess. But in this case, I think it was just the act of breaking out of my usual routine and my comfort zone that was really helpful. One thing led to another, and lo and behold, I have now re-entered the legal industry, but in a different capacity. What I do now is I manage practice development for lawyers in Hong Kong, specifically barristers, which is essentially a form of business development. The interesting thing is that prior to one, making content together with Lloyd and essentially trying to run a small business together, and two, this opportunity coming up, I had never actually thought about doing this type of role before or thought that I would be interested in it. It's not that I thought I wouldn't be interested, but it was more like I had just never considered the option at all. And I think that's just the thing about keeping an open mind and being willing to jump in and try something new. While it's only been a few months so far, and it's not full-time just to clarify, I've discovered that I actually enjoy and am also genuinely interested in the scope of what I do. And it's kind of crazy if you think about it because I literally just never considered this type of role before. So yeah, I guess the takeaway here is just you don't know until you try, and also don't be afraid to try something that seems very new or different because you just never know. And I am totally drenched in sweat, so let's go sit inside someplace.
Nice, keep going, yes! Fight for it, fight for it, fight for it! Oh, so close. Thank you.
October, we still make the tour for style number 2. He taught us. That'd be quite nice, I think. Okay. You want like
That's much tastier than getting it out. I
Right.
always feel like getting it out that has this like kind of artificial flavor to it.
So a lot of people put almond flavoring in it.
Oh, that's all. I don't know.
Yeah, but because like apparently there's the same compound in like pistachios as there is in almonds. But I was like, man, if you're making pistachio ice cream, you just use pistachios.
Mm.